All right, so we talked about In a Minute a little bit ago, and we're talking about it again. We put up a video of a white cop, slamming a black man down to the ground at George Floyd Square earlier this month of December, or was it the end of November? But either way, it was recent. And the idea was to capture the story within 60 seconds without going too long or anything like that. So just with 60 seconds. And we were able to put it out, and Communities United Against Police Brutality was able to identify the officer in less than 18 hours. I think we received the name from other people as well. And the officer's name is Kyle Mader, badge number 4397. Already has 7 complaints, 4 are closed, 3 are still open. Received a life-saving award in 2019 or something like that. And is just a rogue cop. He's just not great at his job. But MPD would deem that differently. So that being said, in watching what happened at George Floyd Square, and then talking about Kyle Mader, there's 2 things going on. One, a lot of folks, especially at George Floyd Square, didn't think that the cops would come into the autonomous zone. And based on, they came in because they wanted to. And a lot of people didn't think they could. However, they did. And they will whenever they want to. After the highway debacle, I have no doubt in my mind that State Patrol, Sheriff's Department, feds, undercover agents, MPD, St. Paul Police Department, they'll call them in too if they need backup. St. Paul Police Department will definitely be present at the trial. So get ready for that. But they rolled up in, and when you see the full video, you can see some of the officers are very, very green, and they're just not physically, communicating that they're the one to slam somebody in the ground on general principle. But when you look at Kyle Mader, he actually he gives a command to everybody, then makes a decision in his mind. I'm going to slam this guy to the ground. And he puts his flashlight away, whatever, and then goes over and grabs him. The man is doing nothing at all, doing nothing whatsoever, except standing there looking at them arrest somebody else. And it takes Kyle about 4 tries for a judo throw. That's the thing. I mean, when you watch physical combat like MMA or boxing, you watch for all these things, all the tells and like the body and whatnot and the fulcrum of balance. Kyle was having a tough time taking him down, and you could tell that it wasn't a well thought out move. Like, he didn't get the jump on this person. There was no intent. He wasn't catching him in any action. This is pure general principle. It's just because Kyle wanted to. And that is what Mayor Fry is hoping to fund next year to the tune of $179 million. But getting back to the story and the community coming together to report Kyle, it was that quick. And when you start to see these officers that are, tax paid, and what their list of complaints are from the Office of Police Review, OPCR, Office of Police Conduct Review, which is a joke. OPCR is just not. Nobody. If you look at Kyle Mader's record and it says not disciplined, not disciplined, not disciplined, not disciplined, it's because it's never going to be disciplined. That's the whole point. It's like, hey, we got a complaint. Get out of here. You're never gonna get an officer that's like, hey, we got a complaint. No, sit your ass down. We're gonna talk. No, that's never gonna happen. If that conversation happens, it's gonna be like, hey, could you just do it like St. Paul? At least when nobody's looking. So like it really, really, really reeks of nepotism and culture of incompetency. But it was amazing that the community could come together to report this person. And more importantly than an OPCR review being disciplined, I don't know when that ever happens. I think out of like 2,000 complaints, they got 18 disciplines. Hopefully the new city council can do something different about that. But further than being disciplined, it's community accountability. When you see Kyle in the streets, in uniform with that Bob Kroll mustache, you know what's popping. You know what's going down. You know who he is. You know what he's about. You know his track record. Like in the line of duty. And maybe outside of that, you know, he might be a great dude and, you know, plays a mean game of Connect Four. I don't know. You know, and probably he's great with the kids and the dogs and, you know, gosh, he does the dishes all the time. But as a cop, he's horrible. So it's no remark against him as a human, although I'll let other people make that remark themselves. But when you see the homie, you know what it is, yeah. And he didn't have any mask either, which was really, that was insult to injury. They all showed up without masks. That was gross. But thank you to the community for coming together to shed light upon that. And yeah, we're gonna keep doing more of that. And it's just to provide information for the community about who is looking after or looking upon their neighborhoods. So yeah, thank you so much for all the assistance on that. And thank you so much to Communities United Against Police Brutality. My goodness, cuapb.org has a database that every city should have a cuapb.org. I mean, this should be national, like an outside entity from the cops that's paying attention and just saying, hey, this is their track record. This is who this person is. cuapb.org knew 3 of the officers who had murdered George Floyd before any of the names went out. They looked at the video, they're like, oh yeah, that's Tutau, Thomas Lane, and Derek Chauvin. They knew it right away. So things like CUAPB are definitely important. Look up cuapb.org and see if you can get something like that going in your neighborhood, in your city, for sure. But thank you so much for watching this video. We'll see you in the next one, and keep your eye on onsidepublicmedia.com. Later.